Why do you feel sustainability is important in today's global oil market?
The world is getting more and more crowded and we have limited resources. I think we should be aware that human is not the only living creature on earth.
A very good afternoon, Ms. Kestelli. Welcome to CEO Insights and thank you for joining us today. I'd like to start with my first question. Could you please tell us a bit about yourself, your family, and your childhood?
I was born in Konya and moved to Izmir with my family while I was a small child. After graduating from American Collegiate Institute, High School in Izmir, I received my BA degree from the Faculty of Economics and Administrative Sciences of 9 Eylül University, Izmir. I started to work while I was still a university student and continued with full-time job after graduation until today, with a very short interruption for maternity leave in 1998, in which my son Ege was born and has brought unexampled happiness to our life.
Your company, Agritrade, is the biggest palm oil importer in Turkey. Could you please tell us about how you started your company?
After working several years in various positions from junior posts to executive ones in local and multinational companies, I left our job and founded our first company in 1998 and second in 2008. Both companies are operating in edible oil sector, mainly palm oil. My connections from the previous positions in private sector helped me a lot to establish business relations in these new companies. That is also how I met with our long-lasting partner, Pacific Interlink in Malaysia. Besides, my experience in procurement of large quantities of palm oil from Malaysia also contributed a lot to establish a smooth operational system for more than 20 years. I still remember my first visit to Malaysia and my attendance to palm oil familiarization program of MPOB almost 30 years ago. This was a great experience and we stayed in the plantation during the program. It is also nice and encouraging to see most of my friends from those days have become influential figures of palm sector today. All these experiences in field and scores of people have been my chance and leading strength for a long-term and powerful business.
What are some of the challenges you faced in the palm oil business and how did you overcome these obstacles?
At the time we started our private business, the Turkish market had just been becoming familiar to palm oil as sunflower oil was still preferred by the industry. New production methods, new blends, new lines, new formulas. Nevertheless, the eagerness of the industry and lower costs have facilitated the adaptation. After that, we witnessed increase in demand and in capacity of the market. This led us to bring more palm oil to Turkey in each year. Despite the market is large, there are limited numbers of players in the market, around 20 to 25, and it is a very traditional market. We should be flexible and always be ready to develop tailor-made solutions. We have to know the customs procedures, logistics, storing, quality issues, and manufacturing tips by heart. In the beginning, it was quite difficult to get used to all of these and market conditions. Then, we have managed to overcome all of these. Now we pride ourselves in professional yet friendly relations with our buyers, our business ethic, our holistic approach to good customer service, and our innovative and alternative business models in a fairly traditional field. Finally, we have to face allegations against palm oil. Personally and company-wise, we are trying to tackle with all of these with actual data. However, I believe this can be settled only if a comprehensive and multi-party campaign is launched.
Please describe your typical day.
I am the chairperson of Izmir Commodity Exchange and board member of Istanbul Stock Exchange, Borsa Istanbul. Our company is located in Izmir and has an office in Istanbul. So many life goes between Istanbul and Izmir. Before pandemic, Malaysia was also in the list of leading destinations. I try to divide my day between my routines related with work and my tasks for organizations and for my spare time activities. I believe in teamwork. I have a very competent teams both in my company and in Izmir Commodity Exchange. This helps me create some time for myself because after so many years working hard, I try to spare some time for myself and family and for social projects. I do some exercise every day. I try to cook world cuisine more often and spend time watching movies and reading books. I organize gatherings with my family and friends.
How important is palm oil's role in the Turkish oils and fats industry?
In 2020, palm oil has constituted around 37% of Turkey's whole oil imports as being the second imported oil following sunflower oil. Turkey is the fifth biggest palm oil importer from Malaysia with a share of around 4% in Malaysia's total exports. It is mainly used for margarine industry. Other sectors are food industry, animal feed, soap and chemicals. Imports from Malaysia constitute 95% of total palm oil imports of Turkey. The total annual volume of Turkey is around 600,000 tons.
As one of the palm oil dealers in Turkey, who holds the Roundtable for Sustainable Palm Oil (RSPO) certificate, why do you feel sustainability is important in today's global oil market?
The world is getting more and more crowded and we have limited resources. I think we should be aware that human is not the only living creature on earth. We have to stop human actions harming the ecosystem. On the other hand, we have to continue to produce food to feed whole world population. There must be a way to do this on a balanced way. This means sustainability. That is why Agritrade is an RSPO member. Besides, it is a signatory to UN Global Compact and is dedicated to enact the 10 principles of the Compact, striving for meeting fundamental responsibilities in the areas of human rights, labor, environment and anti-corruption. Now we are searching for other platforms and certificates to comply with sustainability principles of our country.
Negative propaganda and campaigns are waged against palm oil, especially in Europe. Do you feel Turkey's public opinion and decision makers are influenced by these biased campaigns? And some NGO and people claim that palm oil is unhealthy oil. This speculation is supported by soybean oil producers in America and some European countries because they consider palm oil to be their competitors. How should these false claims be refuted?
It is unfortunate to see that even prominent global environmental organizations are biased and driven by commercial interests. We all feel disappointed to face such allegations. I believe we have reasonable and fact-based data to stand out against them. Nevertheless, the actual data are sometimes insufficient. Hence, Malaysia and MPOC should be more proactive, even more aggressive with influential global marketing campaigns. We are looking forward to hearing higher voice from Malaysia both in EU and Turkey.
How has the COVID-19 pandemic affected the palm oil business in Turkey in the last 1 year?
Palm oil is not traditionally used in households in liquid, but kitchen use is limited to margarine. It's highly used in manufacturing industry and HoReCa. Therefore, lockdown influenced palm oil more negatively than other edible oils. The demand of HoReCa reduced by 15% last year. Nevertheless, the recovery came around October last year and we have been doing better as of March this year.
You are also chairperson of Izmir Commodity Exchange. What are the projects of Izmir Commodity Exchange for children and youth?
I joined Izmir Commodity Exchange in 1992 as a member of the Edible Oils Professional Committee. I have been servicing as chairperson of board directors since 2009 as the first commodity exchange of Turkey. It has an important role in developing national and agricultural policies and strategies. It works both as policymaker and implementer. Izmir Commodity Exchange Academy, Center for Aging Gastronomy, and Izmir Agricultural Technology Center are among the leading projects which will create impact on children and youth. Izmir Agriculture Technology Center is a project which aims at bringing together agriculture with information technology, sponsored by the various funds from multinational companies to governmental bodies. It will create an ecosystem providing opportunities for many players, from farmers and manufacturers to researchers, technology providers, entrepreneurs, and students for co-creation. Community Exchange has also launched the project of Soil and Children in order to help children better comprehend the agriculture, nature, and relationship between human and soil, and observe the agricultural production processes more closely. Our aim is to contribute to raising healthier and more environmental friendly generations. MOU between MPOC and Community Exchange will help children and youngsters to understand more on the importance of sustainability. Vocational trainings are also important opportunities for all, not only for students, but for all who cares about continuous education.
What are your future plans and what motivates you to keep setting new goals for yourself?
A Russian thinker Bakunin says, "The happiness of all is essential to my happiness, the prosperity of all is essential to my prosperity, and freedom of all is essential to my freedom." I love and follow this motto. I believe I have been doing enough for business and agriculture industry for several years. Therefore, by keeping on my existing responsibilities, I have decided to do more for people, so my future plans are sparing more time for social responsibility projects. 3 years ago, we founded Orange organization to develop and run projects on gender equality, gender-based violence, improvement of socioeconomic status of women, girls, LGBTI individuals, and refugees. Because personally, I feel discomfort for increasing violence and hate speech against minorities and disadvantaged individuals. Another project titled "My Mom Beat Cancer" was launched after I beat cancer. The project earned a full-fledged digital and mobile cancer screening device to whole Turkey, especially rural areas. The recent project, called Izmir Social Development Cooperative, is still in foundation phase and will be a model for social enterprise in Turkey, working for several areas, from climate change to children workers, from refugees to environmental issues.
Thank you, Ms. Kestelli, for joining us today.